Hey guys, Eley here, and I'm super excited today because I'm going to take you along with me on a behind the scenes video, point of view perspective of what's happening for my Clayton County lifestyle campaign. Okay, I have been shooting this campaign for the past month, and it has been a lot of fun. It's been a mixture of different environments and different types of restaurants, indoor situations, outdoor situations, just environmental landscapes, people, including kids, dogs, family members, restaurant owners, all kinds of things. So today we're gonna go to two different locations, and I'm gonna take you along with me to understand what I have to consider as a photographer when I'm out creating on a commercial assignment. So you gotta make sure that you have your shot list. My client made sure to provide me this morning with the printed out version of what it is that I need to get. I'm a firm believer in the idea that you need to go ahead and have your ideas locked in so that you can execute the priority, and then you can have space for the serendipity. Okay, so with that, we're gonna spend the first half of the morning over at a nature preserve. I've heard it's very beautiful, even without talent. So that means that I'm going to make sure that I capture environmentals of just the actual space, landscape photography. And then I'm going to introduce the talent into this space and be prepared, because I'm gonna have to change a lot of stuff on the fly as far as my exposure triangle and addressing whatever is happening. Today, we've got a very bright sunny day, not many clouds in the sky, but it's Georgia, so things change rapidly. So we'll see what happens and what I have to do to make sure that I get the proper exposure, and then how I'm going to fill in my actual talent with my bounces or with artificial lighting to balance out and make a gorgeous image. The second half of the day, we're gonna go to this really great Thai cuisine location out here. She's very known for family. It's a very big conversation about heartbeat and family-owned spaces and family being able to introduce children to this space. So we wanna make sure that that feels warm and inviting. The challenge is gonna be that it's a darker space inside. So of course, how I'm gonna have to compensate my lighting and introduce artificial lighting so that that space can look vibrant and enticing to the consumer, and also so that we can make sure to communicate the most important message. So take a ride with me today. I'm super excited, and here we go. All right guys, so we just got here at the nature preserve, and it is about 9:30 in the morning. You can see my production bus over here coming together, and my digital tech here, and my first assistant is just around the corner. The most important thing is that we're looking at where the light is. We have high trees, we've got dappled light, which can offer really beautiful backlighting situations. So in my kit, I want to be conscious about what it is that I pack. So I'm immediately going to pull a very concise kit, which of course includes the camera. And then we're going to add in some bounces and some negative fills. All right, we'll see you soon. So we are here, and we got to get over here. Okay. So that's like what, like a mile?
Less than a mile. It's not even a full.
Okay. All right.
And then we'll just come right back.
So what are we gonna shoot here? Is it very woodsy, or like what's the vibe?
She's saying it was some type of beach hill and covered bridge that she wanted.
All right, so we are at the first location. Super beautiful. I just met the talent too. We've got kids and adults. I've got melanated skin, so I want to be conscious of location that I put them in so that their skin looks good. It's always great, as we know, to shoot in open shade. So this is really beautiful. The challenge for me is going to be looking at having them in the shade and then having that properly exposed, because it is in full sun. But I love the environment of like these high cattails, and I love these leading lines. So what I'm gonna do is start taking some environmental shots and then figure out where we'll put our talent. So we'll see you soon. All right guys, so I am setting my camera up to figure out what my setting is for some general landscape imagery. I'm shooting with the Nikon Z8 today. I've got my ISO up pretty high because I'm trying to keep my aperture relatively focused as well, so that you can see this whole scene without too much fall off. So I'm at f8. I'm gonna take my shutter speed down to 100th, and my ISO, I'm gonna take it up to 640 to start. Let's see what this looks like. That's pretty. The highlights are a little bit blown out, so I'm gonna take my ISO down a little bit. There we go. Double check that. Yeah, that's pretty nice. looking for my leading lines. It's always nice for your viewer to understand exactly like what experience they're gonna have. Being intentional about where I set my focal plane as well. Oh, that's really pretty there. There, cross check that. Love this little sun flare. Let me see if I can get some verticals with that in there. Yeah, that's pretty. I love a lens flare. Lens flare is when the light from the sun hits right into your camera lens and creates a little highlight. Checking that because I'm coming down pretty low. Okay, that's nice though. I always love bringing like the worm's eye view and that bird's eye view as well into a situation for people, so they have a little bit more visual interest and something a little bit different than what they're accustomed to seeing from their traditional vantage point. Okay, Austin, can you move the cart out?
Oh, yeah, whoa. Fire these irons.
All right, so I'll shoot a few more things like this while my assistant is building the light, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, later. We can't go any faster?
That was triggered on there.
Got it. Okay, so let me see a smaller move from you guys. We're looking at freezing our motion right now. Go ahead. Cute. Is that blurry?
No, it's all right. I mean, there is motion blur. I think I'll show you what it looks like.
These look blurry, so I just want to cross-check that focus and everything is tracking. If I need to change to a tracking mode on the camera.
More than tracking, I think right now it's just motion blur. If you're
Okay.
to have motion, or if they're like, you know, moving from the building. Apart from like tracking wise, I think it's okay right now though. You're also at F8, so you have a lot of.
I hope my patch doesn't mess.
So what do you want to, so you're saying to pull it shallower?
If you want that.
Okay, yeah, let's take it to 6.3 and compensate the ISO down to match that. Here's a test of Femi.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. All right, Jen, let me have you next to Femi real quick. All right, okay, so now I'm headed to my last location over here. We are gonna shoot a couple of portraits underneath this little shed. Airbell, go stand right there. Be my lovely talent for a second. This is our last location. Yes, ma'am. That's gonna be super cute right there. And I want you, do I want you in the shade? The sun's behind me. So maybe we're gonna go to the far side. So that way we have a nice rim light on you. And then I'll just front fill. I think if we put you right here in this little pocket of light, can you stand here for me, please? Great. Keep coming forward. Right, keep coming right there. Okay, so I'm looking at the light being on the back edge of her body. There we go. So it's lighting up her hair. And this is my scene with all the sunlight behind us. So what I'm doing is blocking my shot together so that when my talent, which are the two older ladies coming in, I'll be able to know exactly what I'm doing. Hey guys, okay, so I just finished at the first location. It was super beautiful. We ended up capturing like 3 or 4 different scenarios where it was kids and family members bird watching. We found some really nice like picnic tables to do that in the shade. And then we found some really beautiful like dappled light moments afterwards down by a little like bridge hut thing. And the challenge there was making sure that the talent was in the shade, because as soon as their foreheads would go out into the sun, then there was like this glooming hot spot, which wasn't very flattering for the people that I was capturing. So we had to make sure to keep them in the shade and then front fill them. Other things that were happening is, as a documentary photographer, I was paying attention to what was happening in the scene in general, and I found a really beautiful moment where there was like layering happening that I decided to lean into. I saw some really beautiful like pink fluffy like hydrangeas or something in the foreground, and then I had the talent, the mom and the baby girl looking at each other just on a nice like little tranquil girls moment walk, and then in the background I had all this beautiful like heavenly light that was being dappled across the environment. So while I was focused in on making sure to capture the like hut that they wanted to have and showcase for this location, that's where that serendipity comes in. I saw this beautiful moment unfolding and I was like, oh, let's utilize that light. So don't let yourself get too locked into what you're predicting should be the shot, and make sure to observe, make sure to utilize the eyes that you're given, because with photography and being a professional photographer, a lot of the times the client might have like an idea in their mind, and that's like the A-list shots, but the B-list shots, what the photographer finds, sometimes becomes that unique thumbprint or identity that you have and that you can really capitalize on as a creative, because that way they're able to say and see, oh, like she gets it or he gets it. They're really looking at the situation, they're really telling our story for us. So other challenges that I found in this situation was the fact that the amount of green in the space was becoming competitive with the skin tones. So with that, what I had to do is change my white balance to be able to compensate and make sure that there was more magenta into the skin tone. And what I'm looking at there is the idea of the opposite on my color wheel from green is that like pink magenta world. So that's where I'm always looking at like color balance, or what situation am I looking into. If the sun is up high and it's bouncing off the ground on that green grass, I already know that I'm gonna have green reflecting onto the skin. So I hope that you guys enjoyed following along there, and we are headed to the next location over at Mamacita's, the Thai cuisine place. So I'm gonna get a little snack there for myself and do some fun noodle shots with the kids, slurping noodles, and some beautiful food photography shots and some family shots. So I'll see you soon. I am setting up here. We're gonna do a cute photo of mom and baby girl slurping noodles. So you're seeing that we're building an octabank in here, which is going to be the key light. This is the primary light that's going to light them. Then we've got this light over here, which is going to be like an edge light that's going to pretend to be window light in a way and illuminate the noodles so there's more sparkle. And then I am putting a light outside the window to give that edge light that really does feel like sun. You saw it has an orange face on there because I'm doing that to make it warm like sunlight, because in here I'm gonna have it set to daylight balance. So my plan is to shoot on a telephoto lens so that I am able to zoom in specifically onto my scene without interfering with the actual patrons that are in this space. So right now we're setting our camera settings. We're probably gonna have to be somewhere around 800 ISO to start, and we're gonna keep our f-stop probably around 5.6 so that both talent are in focus. And then our subject, or our shutter speed, is going to be about 1/160 to get started. So hopefully that's a good starting spot for me, and I'll let you know what we gotta change. Cool. Bring that monitor in. Thank you. All right, kiddos. There we go. That's so cute. I love it. Great job. Smile, smile. I don't know what this light is gonna look like, and me changing my angle for her face. Right over here, though. Big smile for me, baby. Big smile, baby. Look up at mom, look up at mom, look at mom.
Look at mom. Big smile. Very good.
Look up at mom for me, please. I know that we're hungry, but I need, there you go. Yes, there you go. That's exactly what I need. So it's more about the smiles than the eating right now, okay? All right, guys, so we're back from lunch now, and I am getting ready to set up for a food tabletop situation. This is gonna include people. As I mentioned, I'm looking at the fact that it's super dark in here for the photo. So what I have behind me is a 12 by 12 by China silk. That is going to help diffuse the window light because I'm also going to add my own light behind it. And then inside you're seeing that I have an umbrella to light this side of the table and an octabank to light this side of the table. The light behind me is so that I can light the person that is going to be standing in front of me. I'm also going to add a can in the background to the side to give that whole space some illumination so that it doesn't fall into the shade.
So I texted my daughter and I said, guess what? She said, anyway, and I said, oh yeah. He tried to play it like he didn't know I was there.
You didn't see this, did you? I like this little level. I really do like this little level.
Look there, see what we got going on. I mean, her hand's still hit by light, so either way. All right, so Jen, let's flip-flop this to the opposite hand. Like, bring the cup to the other hand, please.
I'll let you know.
See that? Slide that cup towards you, Jen. Trying to get it in the
Do you
light.
like that plant there? If it, like, you know, kicks in.
Are you saying to get rid of it or add it?
We could use it.
Sure, we can use it, but right now everything's getting
You just
flat.
have
So I'm playing with delta. I'm at a half now for delta. There we go. Okay, that feels better, but how's this holding?
Not the best.
All right, good morning, guys. Hi, we are here at the last day of the Clayton County project, and what we're going to be photographing today is two different very iconic spots in their county. So we are at 404 Bar, so it's a sports bar, and in here we're going to do some really fun like cheering and hoorah behind the bar over here. So what we're going to do, I've already gone and located the main shots that I want to execute today. One's going to be back from behind the bar over here so that you can see the branding, so that you can see the high tops, so that you can see people interacting at the bar. All of that will happen in one shot, and then we're going to punch in over here at the edge of the bar to be able to showcase this beautiful scenario. Probably pick up some of these psychedelic blues that they have. We're gonna add some fun colors and mix in different types of continuous and strobe lighting so that we can have a really beautiful experience come all together. Today's focus is very much on community, energy, something a little bit more kickback for a older crowd, for your mature crowd. So we've done a lot of family-friendly stuff, and we may showcase a little bit of that just as far as like date night energy, but also singles. It's really important for my client that they showcase within this travel tourism guide a level of everything, a space for all people, all diversity, all family structures. So throughout this project, we've done stuff in the parks, we've done stuff at family-friendly like restaurants where we can have kids, and today, this is our goal and focus. So you're already seeing my first assistant set up some lighting stands to be able to block in what we're gonna build for our first set. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm looking at the middle ground here. It's coming up, right?
It's coming up.
Yeah, I'm listing the value on that area. Like compared to before?
Yes.
Okay, great. Is that maybe too much?
There's like a rainbow glare on it.
All right, we'll see. I want to make sure that that person doesn't get like too hot compared to our key talent when they come in.
Trying to do a rainbow.
I love it. Okay, so now, yeah, let's put that into there with CTO. Wait a minute. How's it look? Yeah, let's bring that up a little bit.
It's a ghost.
Is it what? Is it a ghost?
All right, I'm getting ready to shoot the back of the house with a chef today. And so I have already set up my ambient. Yeah, ready for you to bring it out. I have set up my ambient and my ISO is at 1,000. I'm at 100 over 160th. I'm sorry, at 1 over 160 shutter speed. And I'm at f6.3 with a 24mm lens. Let me just, okay. Take a look at what our brisket is looking like. But keep me on so I don't miss these shots as far as like making sure that rim light doesn't get too overpowering. And it's obviously not going to change the position. It's just going to be me dialing it up or down.
Do you have black gloves? I feel like I would look like.
Do you have black gloves? Okay, let me show you what the brisket's starting to look like. This is the scene. Can you give me a quick scrub?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, cool, thank you. So he's hopefully changing his gloves to black right now. Have a look. Nice. Super hot back there. And now we're getting ready to do a really cool like grand tabletop shot where you see all of the food from an aerial angle. We're gonna shoot it out here in this front room, so you're gonna see a lot more light happening here. We've got our talent on standby. They're gonna have our hands in the shot. And this is also a quick recap of what we shot and how it looked while we were in the back of the house. Real graphic food shots. Always love that. Look at that. Oh, love the texture in this. And then he brought out the beef tips as well. We did like a sauce drizzle on it. Wanted to get a couple of badass portraits because he looks so cool. Look at that.
On the screen there, viewer says PIP, click that. That's my screen.
Yeah. Turn your face towards the pancake because the light looks real pretty on you. Except for I lost that light just now. Alright, look at Hugh instead of Jacob. If we can get a little more light on, Brandon, can you slide forward? Careful of the camera above you. Well, I want to get you closer to the table. Okay.
That's better?
It's a wrap! Great job, y'all! Okay guys, so now that you've seen 2 days of the Clayton County shooting job, I'm super excited to see how you're going to apply these different techniques as you approach your own lifestyle photography projects. I had so much fun shooting on this 7-day project. We were filled with all types of creativity, all types of challenges, all type of problem solving, and an amazing team. So I'm glad I was able to bring you along for a couple of days. I am going to cut this short because I'm getting ready to jump on a flight to go to Greece to do a documentary assignment. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys soon. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you later. If you want to follow along with my journey, feel free to follow me on Instagram at ELEY_photo. My website is eleyphoto.com. And obviously you know where my YouTube is. All right, thanks so much. Take care.